Lenovo ThinkPad X280 Review. Lenovo's ThinkPad X280 packs strong, 8th Gen Core performance, a bright, 12.5-inch display, and a snappy keyboard into a durable, 2.98-pound package. To keep up with a business laptop market where thin is in, Lenovo's shaved about 1/10 of an inch and a few hundredths of a pound off of last year's X270. However, in order to do this, the company ditched the hot-swappable batteries from prior models, leaving the laptop with endurance that's slightly below average. Starting at $1,179, $1,817 as configured, the ThinkPad X280 is a good choice for business and productivity-minded users who want a compact Ultrabook with plenty of ports, power and usability. Design. At 2.98 pounds and 12.1 by 8.3 by 0.7 inches, the ThinkPad X280 is the thinnest and lightest X200 series laptop yet. By contrast, last year's X270 was 0.1 inches thicker, but started at a nearly identical 3 pounds, 3.4 pounds with extended battery. In slimming down, Lenovo decided to move to a sealed-in battery, which makes the notebook more compact. Lenovo says that if you get the touch screen, you'll also get the glass fiber reinforced lid, but that if you purchase a non-touch model, the lid is carbon fiber. The hard, matte lid and deck on our touch-enabled review unit wasn't as attractive as the soft touch surfaces on the X270 or the current ThinkPad X1 Carbon. However, the carbon fiber model could feel different. No matter which X280 you buy, the bottom is made of a magnesium-aluminum combo. Ports. The right side houses a USB 3.0 port, a Kensington lock slot and an optional smart card reader. The left side holds a USB Type-C port, a Thunderbolt 3 port, HDMI out, an audio jack and a second USB 3.0 connector. Durability and security. Like all ThinkPads, the X280 is designed to withstand mil-spec durability tests for extreme temperatures, dust, vibrations and other forms of abuse. Display and audio. The 12.5-inch, 1920 by 1080 touchscreen on our ThinkPad X280 provided bright, sharp images with strong colors. Fine details, such as the freckles on a character's face and the medals on another character's shirt, were easy to make out. Keyboard, touchpad, and pointing stick. The ThinkPad X280's keyboard offers snappy feedback, solid travel and good key placement. However, because the laptop has a narrower frame than 13 and 14-inch competitors, the keys are a little cramped. The X280 also has Lenovo's famous red trackpoint pointing stick between its G and H keys. I prefer the trackpoint to any touchpad, because it's incredibly precise and I can use it without ever lifting my hands off of the home row. However, many people can't get used to the idea of pushing a nub around and, for them, there's the touchpad. Performance. With its Core i7-8550U CPU, 16GB of RAM and 512GB NVMe SSD, our review configuration of the ThinkPad X280 offers strong performance. Even with over a dozen tabs open and a video transcoding in the background, the laptop didn't show any sign of lag. The 512GB NVMe SSD copied 4.97GB of files in just 13 seconds for a rate of 392.2 MB per second. That rate is faster than the category average, 271.1, and the Latitude 7390 is showing 318 Mbps. Graphics. The ThinkPad X280 has Intel's integrated UHD 620 graphics processor, which is more than good enough for productivity or even photo editing, but it's not designed for demanding games, 3D animation or the editing of large videos. The laptop scored 75,288 on 3DMark Ice Storm Unlimited, which is slightly below the category average, 80,328, and the scores from the X1 Carbon, 80,588, and Latitude 7390, 80,426. Battery life. Lenovo's laptop endured for 8 hours and 1 minute on the laptop mag battery test, which involves continuous surfing over Wi-Fi. That's 25 minutes short of the category average, 3 hours behind the ThinkPad X1 Carbon's time and more than 2 hours less than the Dell Latitude 7390's result. By moving from a removable, dual battery system on prior X200 series notebooks to the single, sealed-in battery on the X280, Lenovo has cut the weight but also the endurance. Last year's ThinkPad X270 endured for an epic 13 hours and 15 minutes with the extended battery, a full 5 hours longer than this year's model. Software and warranty. Lenovo is really light on the pre-installed software. The only first-party app is Lenovo Vantage, which provides all the settings for the camera, audio, battery and other components. Microsoft preloads a slew of bloatware on every Windows 10 PC, so the ThinkPad X280 also comes with Bubble Witch Saga, Autodesk Sketchbook, Age of Empires, and several other apps you may or may not be interested in. Configurations. The ThinkPad X280 starts at $1,179. For that price, you get a 1366 by 768 non-touch display, a Core i5-8250U CPU, 8GB of RAM and a 128GB SSD. On Lenovo.com, you can configure the laptop to order, choosing your own processor, screen resolution, storage and RAM options. We recommend upgrading to the 1920 by 1080 touchscreen, $148, and at least a 256GB SSD, $121. Our $1,817 review configuration had a 1920 by 1080 touch display, a Core i7-8550U CPU, a 512GB SSD and 16GB of RAM.